So yeah, I've already uploaded a Nokia video and there is another video coming about two smartphones. But things I've noticed about my new tripod is it's absolutely horrendous. You probably know one of these little clamp things. The bottom bit's broke. It's an absolute piece of crap. Don't buy Moji Gear stuff. It's absolutely horrendous. Man, am I happy that I've gone through 3 tripods already in 2 fucking years, because now I have now I have like 3 of these clamps, and I have the one from my previous tripod installed, which is much better quality. But yeah, it broke with an accident. Anyways, getting on to the video, we'll be taking a look at yet another Nokia, but after this video I'll be taking a look at 2 smartphones and I'll be thoroughly comparing them. And they're pretty rare smartphones, so yeah, please be prepared for that. Oh, I can never get this tripod right. Man, I have to buy a higher quality one. I will. Don't worry, guys. I will. I'm listening to y'all. Yep, there we go. Here is probably one of the worst Nokias ever made. Yes, I know, you got your crappy Nokia 100, but the c1-02 did the most important thing about a phone not right. Calling. When I took a look at a Dutch review of this, people were complaining about the call quality and that they could hear themselves at the other end, which is absolutely horrendous. That's a thing that those stupid little ring bells do these days. So yeah, really basic phone. Yes, this thing came out in 2010, doesn't have a camera. I bought this thing for $2 at a thrift store. It was just thrown in the wrong, you know what, actually in the wrong compartment. They have like multiple compartments there. One of the sides has computers, the sides near that have, well, sometimes phones, and the side near that has photography stuff, like cameras and stuff like that. Cameras that they were made in like the fucking 2000s. Yeah, now my tripod is stable. And in that little category, they had laying this Nokia, and yep, I got it for like $2 or something. Maybe I even got it for free, I'm not even sure. It did turn on in the shop, so yeah. We'll take a look at the quality of it. Well, what's supposed to be a no camera. I'll look this phone up. We'll be taking a look at the quality, well, not the speaker, but we'll take a look at the quality of the phone. We're talking build quality. We'll take a look at the operating system. I can't say anything about the CPU and the RAM, which I could do on the previous Nokia, but I could not do that on this phone. I cannot do that on this phone since it remains unknown. And then you have to open up the phone and just take off the shielding and of the motherboard and stuff like that. And I'm taking a look online. This phone still costs $69.95. So yeah, but that's the phone brand new. This phone is definitely not brand new, but I will say one thing. It's pretty darn strong. It's pretty darn good quality. So we'll look up GSM Arena. I will take a look at the specs. So, I've also taken a look at the Nokia c1-01, but I didn't buy it. It was a really similar phone, maybe a little bit better quality, maybe a little bit of a cooler look. But yeah, this phone is, you know what? One thing out of the way, it does have 16 megabytes of RAM. It's available in 4 colors: black, gray, blue, and really, really gross looking lilac. Key-wise, the keys feel pretty cool in my opinion. Lots of people don't like the keypad on this. I really like the keypad on this. I mean, it's a little bit, yeah, mushy, but it doesn't feel like you're touching someone's dead body or something like that. That is a budget build referee. Anyways, it does have a proper D-pad, unlike the older Nokia phones which just had these buttons, but this button doesn't do anything like the Nokia 1010. Or no, Nokia 1616, that's what it's called. Same for my 1650, it does not have the middle button, which this phone does, which is cool. That's a nice touch, finally, that they added that to some cheaper phones. 16 megabytes of RAM is okay for such a cheap phone. No video recorder, no nothing here, no camera. The screen is a 1.8 incher, 128 by 160 pixels. So it does have a slightly higher resolution than the crappy little Chinese phones that you can get at that time, like the Chinese unbranded phones, like techno phones and stuff like that. That kind of crap. They had like the really cheap ones. They had like, say what, 128 by 128 screens, and this thing has a 128 by 160. So that is actually kind of decent, I guess, that they at least are not on par with the Chinese phones, but actually have a little bit of a advantage on that. The battery life on this is absolutely ridiculous. I have to point that out. But first things first, the date. This phone came out in 2010 June. Well, it was announced, and it came out in 2011 January. It takes mini SIM. It has a TFT 65K 1.8 inch color screen with 21 screen by body ratio, which is obviously 128 by 160. 114 pixels per inch, which is, if you buy the worst tablet on earth, it would be kind of on par with that. If you like buy the worst tablet on earth, they have like 190 pixels per inch, so yeah, I guess this rivals that for a little bit. It has 10 megabytes of internal storage. It either has 10 megabytes of internal storage or 64 megabytes. Well, that's interesting. We'll take a look at that, what this phone actually has in terms of internal storage in a minute. It does have a micro SDHC slot, which we'll take a look at later as well. 1000 entries in the phone book, 60 megabytes of RAM, as I've already told you. Why does it say 10 megabytes to 64 megabytes of RAM? No idea. I don't know if they came in different values. This phone, no idea about this one. I will take a look at that in this video. So, other than that, it doesn't have a camera. It does have a loudspeaker, which is fairly okay, but it's pretty freaking tinny. It sounds alright, it gets pretty loud, but it's tinny as heck. It does have 300 milliamp hour. It does have a 3.5 mm headphone jack, 3.5 mm headphone jack, which works perfectly fine. I've tested it and it works really good. Although it sounds really fucking bassy for some reason. I am a bass head, but this is just too ridiculous. I don't know where, I couldn't find an equalizer anywhere, so yeah, I don't know how they've done that, but if you use crappy earphones, this phone will do good. This phone will boost your really crappy 80-cent earphones, and a lanyard slot. No flash in this either, that really sucks. It doesn't even have a flash. Like the Nokia 100 and like even more cheaper phones like the Physic phone that I took a look at have a dedicated fucking switch for the flash. This does not have a flash. Well, that sucks. This phone is really crappy in an emergency. So on this side, you have your hidden mini Nokia jack connector, mini Nokia charger, which is the newer type, which is the even smaller one. You have two types, a small barrel jack and a really small one. This one takes a really small one. Some damage, which I'll get into later. A micro USB plug with that. Not sure if it's for charging. Let's test that out. Since I'm charging two smartphones here, it's quite obvious that I probably have I think it actually does work. Not completely sure. Anyways, on the bottom you have your mic, and that's basically it for the bottom. Let's take that out, because I really need to charge this smartphone, otherwise you guys are not going to see a review. I think this phone is actually dead. I may actually need to charge it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll get a charger. So basically my entire Nokia collection is empty. No battery in none of them. So I decided to put one on the charger. So yeah, we'll take a look at the UI and everything at the end, I guess. So yeah, that's basically the overview. Build quality wise, it feels okay. It's a little squishy. Well, squishy. The rubber back does make it a little bit cheaper. Texture wise, it's okay. Let's take a look at this phone. It's on par with your smartphones, I guess, of the year 2013. They had so many phones back in the day, smartphones that had this back. So yeah, lifting off that back cover, it's really cool that you actually get a Nokia phone with a micro SD card slot at this price. So you can actually load some music on here if you'd want to. You get a really long-lasting BL5CB, which is probably in brand new. It's in brand new shape. It doesn't have any paint and nicks or stuff like that. It's 800 milliamps. You know what? I'm actually gonna charge this. I don't want this battery to die. It's really good. Like, I'm not kidding. It literally lasts really long. I'm sorry, Nokia 1650. I know you're dead, but this phone is reviewing. It's in a review right now. So, get in there. You get in there. Really stupid charging port. Battery may already be dead. Let's just take it out while it's on the charger. Very good idea. So yeah, you just have your mini SIM slot right here. Wait a minute, where's your SD card slot? Did they lie about that? Jesus Marina, come on, man. It does take some really tiny screws. I don't see any micro SD card, guys. I literally don't see any micro SD card slot right here. Well, that's a scam. Nice. Good job, GSM Marina. No SD card slot. Not even a HC. Stupid GSM Marina. So yeah, the buttons feel really cool in my opinion. They have that rugged touch to it. I don't know, man. They just feel good. So yeah, quality-wise, it's acceptable. For how many dollars did this cost? For 40 bucks? Wow, that's good. I did try loading music on there, and it does work. Yeah, that's quite impressive. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Battery in this phone might be dead. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna put it on the multimeter after this video. There we go. Jeez, did I just break a piece of plastic? Well, I don't even care at this point in time. Speaker right there. It's just a decent phone, to be really honest. For the price, the only crappy thing is that the earpiece sounds like crap. Not according to me, but according to other reviewers. It does have Bluetooth 2.1 with 82 dp. So that's good. It does have a stereo FM radio, RDS, and recording. So you can record the radio on this. It can obviously do SMS, MMS, and email actually. You can actually put emails on your $40 Nokia phone. What is this? Oh, that's just some wire installation. Don't worry. It has voice memo. It can play MP3s, WAVs, WMA, AAC+, which is basically Apple Audio Codec, which is basically what that means. With player. Predictive text input, no idea what that is. 10 hours of talk time and 504 hours of standby time. Whoa, that's a good battery. It either comes with a 1020 mAh battery or a 800 mAh battery. So this disc came in different versions. So I think this is the 10 megabytes of storage version. Not completely sure though. I could put music in here, so yeah. Is the c1-01 better? Let's compare it to that. Actually, the c1-01 can film in 96p. So, apart from the camera, the c1-01 is not much better than this, to be really honest. And it actually does look and feel a little bit better, in my opinion, than the c1-01. The reason that it doesn't have a camera is pretty weird. So, what I'll do now is, I'll get my 1650 out, I'll get my charger, and I'm not gonna pause the recording. This one actually has a flash, but that's what doesn't matter. Get out the battery. Jank it in here. Put the back cover back. Put it on the charger. Try to do this as fast as possible. Get the battery of this phone. Sorry. Get the battery of this phone. Put it in my 1650. Put the back cover back. Get another Nokia charger. Oh man, this is gonna be such a mess. Where's my other Nokia charger? Come on. You have to be here. Stupid random things falling. Phone's falling again. Gee, do I even have one? Oh, I don't have another one of these weird tiny plug ones, but I do have the older type. So I put the battery from this in an older type with a really slow charger, but that doesn't matter because it's probably dead anyways. First look at the display. It does look better in real life, trust me. It's not that horrendous, but it's pretty bad. Let's turn it on. That's your first look at the speaker. Pretty shallow. Key lighting is excellent, I have to say. And it's lagging. Key lighting here is excellent. I'm not kidding. By the way, one note about the Bluetooth on this is it really eats battery, so I'm going to turn it off. Also, silent mode is now turned off. So yeah, that is your first look. It looks pretty Series 40-ish? I'm not even sure. They had so many operating systems. It looks like your usual Nokia, but it does look better than 2330C, which had a really weird operating system. I'm not kidding, it was buggy and all that. If you don't know Nokia 2330C, I can show it right here. It's the first Nokia I've ever gotten, by the way. The Nokia 2330C is the first Nokia I've ever gotten. I didn't even have the charger for it, but I can't find it. The phone itself does work, but it's really creepy. It does some creepy stuff, and that is normal. It has done that for a really long time. So yeah, keyboard lighting excellent. It may actually be better than the E75 we've taken a look at later. So yeah, clean screen. I have to say, clean screen. Looks pretty good. Time is not correct. I wish it was that time. But yeah. Currently I have the light theme set. Right here. So yeah, it probably runs some kind of Spreadtrum processor. I haven't really gotten this phone into a community yet. But I can look it up. I can actually look it up, which I'm going to do right now. Yeah, while I am looking that up. This phone is pretty standard. You can maybe put games on this, but I'm not completely sure. I did personalize this phone a little bit, as you can see. But it comes, yeah, I definitely personalized this thing. It comes with Blocked, which is a really fun game in my opinion. Glamour Pinball, which is basically a revival of your Nokia 3310 pinball, or 3330. GTA 5 Mobile. So yes, you can put games on here. This is, and I didn't even know that. It's such a long time ago, but I did try putting games on Nokia's, and apparently I put GTA 5 Mobile on this. Motor Racing Fever, which I put on here as well, along with Sudoku, which is standard. So these 3 games are standard, and these 2 I downloaded. Let's do GTA 5 Mobile. I think that actually works. I'm not kidding. Oh, the screen size is too small. So it does work, but the screen size is too small. So on that tiny amount of storage, it actually works. And talking about storage, let's take a look at what storage capacity this actually has. So where do I even have to go? Oh, here we go. 13 megabytes. So this is the 64 megabyte version. Yay, that's cool. So many websites say that this thing has a micro SD card slot. I can't find it anywhere. So what I'm currently doing is I'm currently searching up some stuff about this phone. Design-wise, just a little bit of a conclusion, getting this in one piece. The phone itself, amazing battery life, I have to say, with the original battery, which is now dead. A very good keyboard and very good keyboard lighting, so no complaints about the keyboard at all. Display looks pretty clear, but yeah, that is how it looks in real life. Viewing angles are very poor, but I've definitely seen worse. Don't get me wrong. I've seen absolutely horrendous. So yeah. By the way, some people are probably wondering that most of the time when you press on a Nokia this button, it will go to the camera. Well, on this it goes to the alarm. Decent speaker, but it's pretty darn shallow, and I would not recommend it to turn up too high. Weird electric vibration motor that Nokia has used on a lot of cheaper phones. For some reason they've done that. It's more expensive to make. Plastic screen, definitely not as quality as the E75, and it feels kind of hollow. You can feel the vibration motor in there. So yeah, okay quality, it's acceptable. Great keyboard, good display, and just overall a decent Nokia, but it's one of the more entry-level units. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day. Some research about this phone, so don't leave yet. I've got a little bit more information. It runs Nokia Series 40 6th edition OS. That's the OS. Why does everything say there's a memory card slot? Where is the memory card slot? Give it me. Tell me in the comments where it is. Please tell me in the comments where the fuck it is. So yeah, that is it for the Nokia c1-02. Hope you have a great day and see y'all later.